we have Drupal up and running. We created new contents, and now I will tell you how to create your own content types in Drupal. As an example, since we are developing a website for a real estate business, so we will create our own content type for the properties. So let's start. We create content types by going to the structure, then select the content type. We have two basic content types, that is the article and the basic page. And now I want to create my own content type. So I will click on add content type. I will name this as property because it will list all the properties for my real estate business. So if you want to write any description, um, property for sale or rent, I'll click on the save and manage fields. Now over here I have to add fields for the property. So let me add the fields. So the first field I will add, this is the new add new field, and from here I will select the type. Now the first field I want to add is the contact number of the seller. So it is a plain text. So over here I will say text in plain, and over here I will say contact number. Here it says requires the maximum length. The maximum length can be up to 50 or it can be up to 30 because it is only a telephone number. And how many values it allows? It allows one value. It is limited to one value. But if you want to have unlimited values, you can select unlimited. I will select limited and limited to one. If you want to have multiple phone numbers, you can select many, but I will select only one. Here is the label, and here is the help text. You can write contact number of the seller, for example. You can select a default value. Required field, if you click on this, the user has to enter the required field. It is then mandatory. But if I uncheck it, it means that this is an optional field. So I will uncheck it and will leave it like this. Let me add another field. The other field is the covered area, and the covered area is actually an integer number which is in square foot. So I will say covered area in SFT. Save and continue. This is also limited. This is only one number. I don't want any default values. So this is the second field. Similarly, I will add the another field, that is the photos, for example, and the photo is actually it is an image. So I will say photos. You can mention a default image, an alternate text, and a title. I will leave it blank for the time being and limit it to four values because the user should be able to add four photos. So I will select 4, and this is also an optional field. It is not required. And these are the allowed file extensions, that which file extensions you want to allow the user to add. And this is the file directory. This is how the file will be named. So it will be date, and that it will be year and then month. You can also specify the resolution. I will also leave it blank for the time being. We can change it later, and I will say save settings. Let me add another field, and that is the price. The price is also an integer number, so I will say price. It may be rent of the property, or it may be the value of the property. The default value is also 0. Let me add another, that is the property type. Now the property type, whether it is residential plot or commercial plot, it is the or it is a house or it is a flat. So it is a list. So I have to select from the list. So I will say property type. Now these are the allowed values in the list. I have to list the values. This will be in the from this list the user will select. So I will say over here, this is a residential plot, or this is commercial plot, or this is a house, or this is a flat. You can add values later, and it is also limited to only one value. You can also specify the default value. For example, the project type, it is a residential plot. This is not the project type, it is actually the property type. Property type. And the next thing is whether it is for rent or it is for sale. It is also a text with two options. So I will say rent or sale type. So I will specify whether it is for rent or it is for sale. These two values will appear. And the last field I will add the default value. I will put it as rent. The last value is the status, whether it is active or it is sold. So again, it is a list of text, and it is the status. The status will either be active or it will be inactive. Active means that the property exists, and inactive means that it has been sold out or it has been rented out. And the default value I will put it as active. So this is how we create a content type. So let me revisit it. We have created a property content type with all these fields. We have body, contact number, covered area, photos, price, property type, property rent type, and status. And one other thing is the area. Sorry, and this is a number, and this I will say area. And in Pakistan we use a unit that is called Marla, so I will say area in Marla. So that's it. That's it. Now if we go to the structure and we come to the content types, we have three content types. Now we have a property content type, we have a basic page content type, and we have an article content type. So if we want to add some contents, we have, and click on the add, we can add a property, for example. Now these are all the fields that we just added. Now let me add, for example, over here, house for sale in University Town, Peshawar. Oops, we forgot one field, and that is the location field. We have to add it as well. Now let me revisit it. We have to add some more fields. I will go to the structure, content types, and we have to add some more fields. I forgot some fields. For example, I didn't added any address, so the address is actually a text. So I will say a plain text, and this is address or location. I will leave it as it is. I will also add another field, that is the advertisement date, and that is will be time stamped because I want the date from the system. So I will say the add date. In this is the date on which the advertisement has been placed. Over here, this is a required field, and the default value will be the current date and time. So I will leave it blank. Similarly, I need to add the number of bedrooms, and this is an integer. I will say bedrooms. Let me add a default value of 2, and another field, that is the bathrooms, which is also an integer. Bathrooms. Let me also add it. It is as the default value is the number of 2. Uh, so this is our new content type. Now if we want to add some contents, we go to the contents and add content, and we need to select the property content type. Now you see over here, I will say, for example, house for sale in University Town, Peshawar. I will say excellent house. Contact number is +92. Any number I will give. Covered area is, for example, 2000 square feet. I can add any photos. Price I can mention over here, for example, 1 million or 10 million, and I will say this is a house and this is for sale. Status is active. Area in Marla is, for example, 5 Marla. Address is South Canal Road, University Town, Peshawar. Advertisement date is this. Number of bedrooms are, for example, 4. Number of bathrooms are 3. And when I click on the save, it will be published. So here it is. Now if I go to the main page, it will come over here. There is also another problem in this site, that all the contents are placed on the main page. So we don't want these properties to be displayed on the main page, but there should be another tab for it. There should be another button. So we will do this in our next lecture. See you. Please stay tuned. Thank you very much.